Hello, everyone. Let's give everyone a second to join in here. Send out the messages that we're live. Hey, Eagle. It's getting started, man. Okay, let's close this. And you can see on my screen here, guys. This is the mod page for the newest version. We've got 106 downloads. Awesome for the first, maybe 24 hours? So, cool. Especially for a mod that hasn't been updated in quite a while and probably lost a lot of attention. But tonight, what is it we're going to work on? There's lots of things we could try. The one thing that I think is maybe one of the easier next things to do, because I kind of already know how to do.
Unmute Eagle's mic.
That would help too. That would explain why I'm being rude to you and not responding to what you're saying, huh? I can hear you now, Eagle.
I don't see the stream notification. Where the stream yet?
Seriously?
Yeah.
YouTube, you hate me, I swear.
I'm checking on YouTube, it's not coming up.
Just go to the link in the stream notification channel. It'll take you right to the stream page. Or it should. Oops, no, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so this is the page. Oops, no, I didn't. Yeah, so it works. So I was saying, I think the easiest thing to do next, while we're waiting on new models from Blue Boy, might be the XP thing. I call it a thing, and that's part of the reason I haven't started on it fully yet, is I'm not sure exactly what to call it. So we talked about...
Stalker or the...
Not the stalker, but the block that will collect XP for you.
Ah, okay.
So...
Still not finding it on YouTube.
What? Did you try the link in the stream notification channel?
Yeah, it says there's an error.
What? Well, YouTube says I'm streaming. I would show you on the stream, but you know. That won't do a lot of good, will it? I can stop the stream and restart it. Let's see if that does it, but I doubt it. Okay, hello everyone. Second time. Refresh the page.
Multiple times.
No, I mean,
there it goes.
From my side. There, finally. Hello. So the XP blocks that harvest XP. How am I getting double sounds now?
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was my video.
Since I was watching YouTube earlier, I had the sound up on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I was broadcasting over.
Should it be like a vacuum? Should it be some sci-fi thing?
Oh, okay. Now I understand what the question is.
Because what we call it kind of dictates what it looks like, which is kind of the biggest thing that I don't know how to do.
You know what we could kind of do? Make it so you have to go get a player head, and that's part of the recipe for it.
I'm turning you evil like me.
Well,
it makes sense. You need an essence of a player, basically.
Yeah.
Oh. Because the players have a natural attraction for XP. The only problem is it's borderline getting into like a magical thing. And it's not a magic mod, right? I don't want to start adding magical things.
Well, what is sci-fi?
advanced technology.
No,
That's what I mean by it. That type of sci-fi.
it's technology that we have not implemented or used yet.
Like the laser miner, right? It's
Yeah.
not witchcraft running the laser miner. It's high-powered laser beams, which I know.
It's
I know.
like Star Trek with the sliding doors, and everybody found that so magical. And now you walk into a grocery store with sliding automatic doors, and you don't think about it twice. That was a sci-fi thing. So was
I just don't think society is going to
Taser.
progress to the point where we're like, we need a person's head to do this, right? That's like more of a medieval thing.
I'm trying to figure out. We don't want a whole bunch of these things be quite easily makeable.
Right.
Then at the same time, how do we harvest the XP when it returns?
We could put a rare drop on the XP stalker.
Like a mouth or something, or a brain?
Some type of thing that they drop that is like the stomach of it, right? Because that they go around and collect XP, right? They eat XP is their lore.
Yeah.
So, and from a crafting recipes perspective, I guess the crafting recipe could help define what it is. And that definition of what it is then drives the shape, which is what I'm trying to get to first.
Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it as well.
So, if we have the... Do we make another mob and just do this idea? I don't know if it was you or someone else. Somebody said have a great big mob that's very rare in that dimension. It's like a boss.
And that was Reaper that was talking about that.
Okay.
And doing tier 3 conveyor belts out of it.
I don't know about tier 3 conveyor belts, but for this...
I think we're good tier 2 at this moment.
Yeah. Tier 3 would, like, fling you across the world. The speed of 6
And tier
count.
2 doesn't at this moment?
Yeah. But just one, you just go... Gone. Launched. I didn't want to have to get into making another mod or another mob so fast. So
well, there was another mob that we were looking at was like a gremlin of some sort that goes around stealing torches.
Oh yeah.
So that could be it.
Yeah, but I wanted him to be really rare and hard to beat if it's gonna be something like this. Because he's like the mother of the stalkers or something like that. You know, like just this massive one that barely spawns. Or you have to do something to bring it in. What if you had to somehow get... Oh, that'd be hard to do.
Well, I'll figure out the way to use it is we can use potion bottles
For what?
for getting the XP to the player. And just make that a one-way transfer type item.
So make a bottle and it fills the bottle into a bottle of enchanting kind of thing?
Yeah.
So with something like that, I was thinking at one time maybe a canner would work.
Cannon.
Yeah, like a canning machine.
Oh, canning.
Yeah, canning.
Okay. I thought you were talking like a cannon, like Civil War.
Oh no. That would be cool too, but no. XP bottler. That could even be a secondary block that feeds off of this XP vacuum or whatever we want to call it. XP attractant.
Make it kind of like the opposite of I can't think of the name now. Fuel cans. Make it go the opposite direction.
Opposite of fuel cans? What do you mean?
You know how you put in corn, then you distill it, then it goes into fuel. You do that the other way, then it goes into like a solid block or something.
Okay. Your mic is angry at you. It's hissing at you. An electric static hiss. It's like.
How about that now?
It's still doing it just randomly. It's like it's growling at you.
That or it might be it's picking up the Xbox hissing. I don't know.
Well, you did something. It went click, and now it stopped. So whatever the large click was, that worked.
I unplugged my phone, so.
Oh, that's weird. That was what it was then.
Yeah.
I guess for tonight we can start working on the block mechanics of how it sucks up XP, and we can figure out how it works later. I would like to have a name for it. Should we call it XP vacuum? XP...
I think you might need to send the notification to Discord again one more time.
What's that?
Oh, now there's 3 people watching.
Oh, yeah. It's like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes people watch, sometimes they don't. And that's okay. They're allowed to have a life, I guess. I need to know the name of it, I guess is what I'm saying. Because I need to name it to start everything out. And renaming it will just kill that block on the server if we put it on the server. So... Or do we go to the GitHub and look up other ideas?
I have a small idea that I just thought of.
What's that?
Take like the fan blades on the scuba, not the scuba diver, but the trying to think of it now.
Submarine.
Then use the fans to suck up the XP into a funnel of some sort on over.
Okay, if we did that, that is like a vacuum device then. So I would be okay calling it XP vacuum then.
I don't like the word XP vacuum. I don't know why.
Experience vacuum.
Experience vacuum. I like that one better.
Or experience collector.
Experience collector will work.
I'll still call it XP in the code though, because that's too long to spell. Every time I want to type the thing. But on this game, we can call it experience.
Okay.
What was the other thing I was just thinking of? Oh, I know what it was. I have up on my screen the issues from before of all the ideas and everything. A tunnel bore machine would be pretty cool to add.
A what?
TBM, tunnel bore machine.
Oh, telebore. Mole.
It's just driving it. The other thing that'd be cool is if we could do the lighting thing. I know I said I don't want to do that, but it'd be cool if I could.
For the equipment?
Yeah, so they cast light onto the area that they're working in. Yeah. Just because, like, when you use the, what is it, the laser miner?
Mm-hmm.
It gets dark really fast at the pace it cuts blocks.
Yeah, especially if you're in a tunnel area.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
Be right back.
Okay. I don't think that the XP collector, experience collector, should be a directional block.
No. My thought is XP falls onto the ground, it sucks it up underneath the little gap, then it goes into a chamber of some sort.
Little gap.
Yeah. Like if you're looking on a block, about a 4 to 5 pixel maybe block height.
Okay.
Then it kind of sucks that up and disappears into that. Into some type of armor stand thing that's maybe 2 blocks tall. Then it stores it like in a crate.
What am I doing here?
I'll be right back.
Okay. What did I just get into? Can you just... No way. Does that let you paint on that? I just learned something new and amazing. I really should look up how this program works. So I think he's talking something like that, where there's a gap in between. And then... So this one is 5 tall, and that one is 5 tall. 5, 5's 10. So we need to go a little bit higher. And then we can make another cube. Now, can I... I need to take this cube, duplicate, 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 and we need to change its size. That. And then one more. One more. Okay, and then this bottom cube can be pulled down. Okay, and then this cube here, go in one each direction, get rid of that Z fighting problem. We got one too many that way. Okay. And then hello, below the stone. Lurk away, man. Just experimenting with what to work on here for an experience collector. So far, I'm not overly impressed with it. Hey, Fire.
Hello. What am I looking at?
Well, I was trying to make the experience collector, but I'm not impressed by it in the slightest.
You know, I was thinking about something.
Okay,
This might be crazy though.
go ahead.
What if the experience could be used like like an electrical source? And what if it could supercharge like the blueprint printer or I mean the
Tower crane.
tower crane?
So, before you
You know,
came,
there's already a bottle of enchanting in the game. You could use those.
yeah. The
I know, I'm crazy sometimes.
well, so we were talking about how this thing should work for the XP collector before we came up with that name. And Eagle said we've got player heads in the game. We could make it so that a player head is required to craft it because, and I tend to agree with this part, players naturally attract XP, right? So it kind of makes sense in that regard, right? But the problem is it gets a little bit away from real life machinery and sci-fi machinery and gets into more of a magical type thing, right? I like the concept.
Not only that, but you gotta murder someone.
Well, you don't have to murder someone. You just have to go find the engineer's house.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
They've got player heads there.
I suppose.
And it's all the TS craft people. So go ahead.
Now, here's something. Could you make the experience collector be named after the head that was used to make it?
Maybe. But I'm not sure that I want that in there like that because it's more of a magical thing then, right? It's not a... I haven't figured out how to get it into the theme of this mod, right?
Well,
if we do that route.
Let me try to help this along here.
Because the alternative that was proposed was use the fan blade type thing on it to suck up the XP, right? Then it's a mechanical thing again.
I'm saying plenty of people name their boats, and I think the guys on Gold Rush named one of their trommels or something. There, I made it mechanical.
A trommel? An XP trommel? Oh. Maybe I need to table this one for right now, because I'm not finding a way to make it tie in with everything. I want it to be a thing, but it's almost like it's not related. Not the ways we've come up with so far. And also, I am totally not digging the shape I've got on the screen for this thing at all. It's pretty bad. Pretty real bad.
Well, the alternative could be, you make it with a shulker box.
Right, and that's why I'm not digging this thing, because it looks like a freaking shulker box, and I don't like that it looks like that, because that's not...
So...
Well, that's kind of better.
Make the green thing more gem-like.
The green color is not my choosing. This program just gave each block a different color.
Oh, okay. Or make it like an antenna array that just like pulls it in.
If I could somehow make a fan off of this, that might work. And like just like an impeller right there in that gap. But it's a square and a round thing doesn't fit in the square. Minecraft!
more of the bottom will be more open.
Yeah, I was just experimenting, trying to see if I can get inspired by it. So far, it's not working.
Well, I'm thinking like do the crate outline on the bottom.
Do the what on the bottom?
Crate outline, how the crate is.
Okay. I know what
Then
you mean.
kind of carry those lines along the side as well. And then bring the top down about 2/3.
You could keep the box if you just put a like a fan or something inside, so it's like a vacuum. Because then it would be like the top opens up and, you know.
For some reason, I think there's a below the stone somewhere around here.
Well, yeah, we see him walking across the bottom of the screen.
He came in and said lurk. I'm assuming he's working on something.
No, I'm thinking more of the top's thicker than the bottom.
Yeah, I was just experimenting different ways here because, so like I said, so far I'm not digging it at all. It looks like a tree on top of a little purple platform.
I mean, it was one of those crazy ideas. I mean, how many can we count in the mod? There's 2 of them at least in game still. At least one of them's craftable. Well, both of them are technically craftable. It's just one of them works better.
What are you talking about?
What?
The excavator and the bagger.
Oh, yeah.
The bagger's the one that actually works.
And below the stone, yeah, I figured you're dealing with stuff. That's way more important than us being goofy. Thanks for stopping in, though. So this green thing, I'm thinking if I made multiples of them and made them spin around it, that then makes it no longer a traditional Minecraft block that's static and I have to do special rendering code. But why not? I'm doing that for everything else. Which, by the way, guys, I've heard that in 1.15 of Minecraft, they're completely rewriting the whole rendering engine for Minecraft, so I don't want to go to that version.
Why? All I wanted was the aquatic version, so I had a reason to use the sub.
Yeah, I know.
Because I always thought that would be an awesome thing for that edition.
I thought 1.14. Hey, Tristan. I thought 1.14 was going to be pretty easy to go to, but it turned out to be really hard to go to so far.
Yeah, I know.
That said, there are a lot of mods all of a sudden going to it, so it will be the next version, it looks like. So what happens if I duplicate this and then give it some rotation? Not like that, though. And then duplicate again. Give it more rotation.
It does it right away, Eagle. I'm watching you.
Yeah, it's like right between the start.
Sometimes it'll jump right away, and sometimes it'll take a while for you to jump.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm just spamming it.
Cause I'm counting it. I'm counting it out. Ah, now it's gone.
Hey, Tech.
Yeah.
Probably gonna hate me, but that needs to be like diagonal.
Oh, I'm thinking of making it spin though. not
I
just
know,
the
but
stacking. So what you're saying? How is that possible? 22, 45, 45. Oh.
I wasn't talking about that diagonal. I was talking about shaping the blocks so they look like fan blades died.
Oh, but you can't. The cubes. You can only do cubes in this program. You can't make a triangle. Like to cut the end off.
Yeah, like cut the corners off by 3 blocks each on the left and the bottom right. Top left and bottom right.
I'm just not digging it, guys. I don't.
I was just about to tell Eagle too. Don't distract him. You're gonna make him not want to do it.
Yeah, it looks like we're heading in the right direction, but it just doesn't look like the final product, though.
Hmm. Okay, so below the stone said maybe a magnet. I'm not sure. Not maybe not a magnet, but maybe one of the ores there has some type of property that manipulates XP, like a magnet would, right?
So it brings it in closer, but
Yeah, like when you give it some. So that dimension is kind of so far like interacts with XP, right? So the mobs there feed on XP, the crystals grow there, get their XP. There you go, the crystals. The crystals are the key.
Well, I was gonna say the crystals, but they're already in use with the fuel, aren't they? Or with something else?
The
we
glass.
haven't used them in fuel
Yeah,
yet.
the glass.
We've used them for the glass.
But what if you created some futuristic structure out of the crystals that
Although I
would
suppose maybe enclose it in the glass.
maybe that allows them to collect XP.
Because can you even collect the crystals with a pickaxe or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Wait, what if we just did this? What if the crystals just naturally harvest XP? But you can't plant the crystals anywhere except for that dimension.
Right.
It's already set up that way.
That gives you right. But I'm just talking this through. So the crystals attract XP, and then whatever the crafting recipe is with using those crystals is what allows you to put it in the overworld or the other dimensions.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying.
So like the crystal's natural state is something that would attract XP. But you can only use those in those dimensions. So in order to do that same effect in another dimension, you do some process to the crystal to get that ability out of it.
How about this idea? If the crystal sucks up so much experience, it actually transforms the color from a red to like a blue or yellow or something, then that would be known as that color crystal, and that's how you transfer the items to somewhere else. Does that kind of make sense? So to get to the final growth stage of the crystal, you have to give it experience.
That'd be really freaking hard to do. But I like the idea. You'd need to kill the stalkers there, or throw bottles of enchanting at it, which you can't really get in the game.
Yeah, you can. You can get those from villagers.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep. The one
purple
mystic
ones.
villager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get XP to the crystal. It's
And the
already
third
got
way
growth
is
stages, though. That's the problem.
transfer state. Maybe.
Transfer state. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like, it gets you destroy it in the game, or not the player. The server says, oh, this thing has so much, destroys it, and then replaces it with the other type of crystal.
Mm-hmm. So
It's basically like the same thing like what you do when you place a bunch of blocks and turn it into a multi-block structure. You know what I mean, Tech?
right, I'm just thinking through that block already changes its state through probably most of the possible values that it can have. And in order to store more than just like 1 or 2 XP orbs being in it, I need a different block altogether. Or a tile entity, which makes it behave completely different. But maybe the first XP that it absorbs changes it into a different block. And maybe it only absorbs the XP. No, and I take it all back. We have to have a tile entity on it to be able to say a XP should go towards this. Dang it.
How about this idea? Not quite the wrench, but if we use the wrench on it, then it might change to a different block state. Kind of, for example, if we take a piece of like stone and you whack it with the pickaxe or something, it transforms that into a furnace. But something kind of like that.
Or the stone into drilled stone, you're saying?
Yeah. Or where they use the next version where they used a the shovel. There we go. We can use the shovel where you whack it on dirt and that transfers the block state to a pathway.
It's actually in the version we're in right now, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
the pathway is.
Well, I'm thinking here, and I'm trying to fire up the game to make sure that those villagers do have those XP bottles. Why don't we just use the XP bottle? Like, instead of throwing the XP orbs on the ground, just infuse the XP directly into it from the bottle.
Well, that's what I was saying.
In crafting. Okay.
Not even in crafting, just in the world. Just right-click on that block, and it starts transforming it from a fully grown crystal that we have now into the blue or whatever color, right? Maybe a green, because what? Yellow and blue. Oh, wait, we got you red. Maybe an orange crystal? I don't know. Whatever color, it doesn't make a difference. It transforms it into that. And if you give that enough, then it pops off into this.
Crystal.
Huh?
Because XP orbs kind of like irradiate all sorts of different colors sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe make the
So, like,
color
you get a rainbow
thing as well. Yeah.
Like it changes colors, okay.
Like, I know
Do
the
that.
Elder Guardians have blocks like that. I'm trying to think what those are.
Oh, the prismarine blocks?
Yep. Prismarine blocks change color if you're looking at it.
Okay, so let's get a villager. I just want to make sure the trade is possible. I'm pretty sure it is. I think I remember seeing it too.
You're looking for a purple.
So we need some emeralds probably, right? So we can...
Yep.
And flesh. Gotta unlock them trades.
And you also need rotten flesh. Or gold, one of the two.
Okay, he won't trade anymore. See if he gets his fart bubbles. He does. Redstone. Oops. Give me that back. This is behaving super weird. I'm like I'm middle clicking and it's like going into his inventory. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Glowstone. There it is. Bottle of enchanting. 11 emeralds for one bottle.
Hey, life ain't cheap.
Especially when it's still later on.
So what would that mean then in terms of progress in order to get this? You would have to find a cleric. You'd have to have a decent number of emeralds. You'd have to go to the bleak dimension. You'd have to do this process on the crystal, which would be very hard for someone to know to do unless they've read it somewhere online.
That or make a how-to video.
Right. So
or a book in the game.
Yeah. And that gets us this XP infused crystal. Or maybe it's a tuned crystal or something like that. And then what? That block is our vacuum? Or
a blooming crystal.
Huh?
A blooming crystal.
Blooming?
Yeah, like flower. It's at
Yeah.
its final stage where it's blooming.
Is that our block that collects XP for us? Or is that the block that we use for a recipe to make the machine that collects stuff?
Make that for the recipe that collects stuff, so it's another blueprint item.
Okay, and what's the machine then? Are we back to the same thing of what's the machine look like?
Well, we kind of know what the machine's name is.
We do, but what's it look like?
Well, what do we want in the crafting of it?
This crystal.
Well, the crystal. I also heard the fans. We also need probably
There's
some
already
ores.
fans you can use in the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But do we need that, or do we... Okay.
I'm listening, Tech.
I'm trying to demonstrate. If we did something like this, we can move XP around already, right? We don't need to have a fan necessarily on it. I get the bottle enchanting. No, I didn't. So let's say we had this, and then we had whatever that dirt was. And we'll pretend that this sapling here is the crystal thing. You know, that will move the XP right now towards the block. It would just absorb it then. I don't know.
What I'm saying is throw a whole bunch of XP on the
I'll be back.
underneath you. Then it just automatically comes to you. So somehow we'll have to get over that aspect of it. See what I'm saying?
Well, what I'm thinking was, you know, the setup would be like this, right? So it's you put it on your mob farm, you put the shredder at the end, and then this thing just collects the XP for you instead of it lagging out a server. That's the reason I want this type of device, so that you can not kill a server with a shredder. Because you can pick up the items, you can't pick up the XP. Just think of our ender, right?
Yeah.
How laggy that gets.
Well, that's partly to how many Endermans are spawning continuously as well.
Right, but getting mobs that fast in modded is relatively easy. We basically did it in vanilla.
Yeah.
It's just we're auto killing them. So is it a Is it a mixed stick device from or block from that dimension, or do we use it as a machine? Oh wait, do we use it as a futuristic machine? Now we might be getting somewhere. Do we make it look something like this in block form?
Put it in Discord, please.
If I can.
Copy image and.
There's too many images on the page. I don't know. Let's see. It won't let me copy it.
Oh, there we go. Back up and running now. Yeah, something like that. I was thinking.
It's the warp core from Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
And you know what the warp core in Star Trek ran on, right? Dilithium crystals.
Okay, because I was thinking more like radioactive, but okay, yeah.
So is that my reference image of what to make this block look like then? I think it might be. And then the block itself, we've already got. Oh, we've already got a glowing effect on a block before. So I know how to do a glowing effect on a block, so we can make the core do whatever.
Yep.
The next question is, do I actually make the jump and go multi-block and make this update take twice as long?
One more time on that.
Do I make it be a multi-block or single block? Because a warp core in a single block height would be too small.
Well, I know one of the comments that we're going to get is that corn doesn't look like corn because it's one block tall.
Yeah, I know.
I've gotten that comment out of my entire family once they see it.
That was because I didn't know how to do double tall block plants, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just a different beast altogether in Minecraft. I don't even know if... Can you... I guess you can bone meal a single plant and get a double plant, but you can't force it to grow. But with this, I'm thinking like, should it be 3 blocks tall? Should it be like a core type structure? Like
Think about what's your thoughts.
that? Should it be bigger than this?
Hang on 1 second.
That's too much. And if it's that big, like... I was thinking of doing this because it was going to be simple, but I'm making it very complicated. Maybe I should do some bug fixes I already know of while I'm contemplating how to do this. And the number one bug fix is that bulldozer's particle effects, when it goes in reverse, is the wrong direction.
Okay. So I got a vote from Tinkerbell, and she's thinking 3 blocks tall. Then another aspect to think about is we could also use the plumbing pipes that we already have in the game for it as well. Then we could use that for other stuff. I don't know what yet.
The pipes visually work, but they're transfers of fluid, not XP.
But we could make it into a fluid. And that's how we get our tier 3.
I think you're swearing at me.
What?
I think you're swearing at me. I don't know.
How am
We
I
want
swearing
another
at you?
fluid? No,
Oh.
not fluids. I hate fluids. They're like the devil, hard to do. I don't understand why they are either.
What I'm talking about is like a solid fluid. Like what we have now for a gas.
Eagle. I'm glad I got it back when I did. Quit talking about fluids with this man. He's never gonna do this thing if we talk about fluids.
What I'm talking about is like a solid fluid.
A solid fluid? You mean ice? What?
No.
Solid?
Electrical. Okay. Power.
Yes, that's what I'm going for.
I've already. I don't want to say it.
Like
I don't want to say it.
like what we have
Check it
now
out.
for the gas.
I got the whole situation already handled. Okay. You treat it like a power situation, but you use the pipes and call it a liquid electricity.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. This is the great fiery killjoy right here. That's right.
And Tinkerbell's nodding her head yes as well. Yes, exactly. That is.
A fluid that's a solid that conducts electricity in a game or in a mod that doesn't have electricity being consumed for anything. But also the game that, or the mod that I was thinking I was
but it's
going to switch
actually
the
just-
power over to
it's
RF instead of
actually
making my
just-
own power. Now we're making
actually
two
just-
power systems.
Listen, it's actually just XP though. The machine takes the bottles of XP, turns it into this liquid energy stuff,
That's just a number.
Like
It's
it's
not a
generator.
liquid.
but it can be converted back into XP, like for the XP shower that we want.
I think you guys are trying to break me.
Well, you'd only be saying that if we are.
I'm going to fix these particles right now. That's what I'm going to do.
We could also use the. It's not the distiller. What's the other one that we were looking at using for asphalt?
Centrifuge?
Centrifuge. We could use that for part of it. The recipe. I think that you can craft that.
I don't know. I didn't think I could, but maybe you can.
Hey Tinkerbell, can you? The circle-looking thing.
I need to go and make a pass on the mod and remove things from the mod. Those failed things that I probably won't go back to, like the oil well. We're probably not gonna do that. Just because it got too complicated to do and just as crap, basically. Not happy with it. Okay, where's my dozer? I don't think I did anything. How could it not?
Going in reverse, it looks like it's going in reverse. I don't get it.
But I don't want the particles to spawn here. I want them to spawn at the front of the track. Oh wait, they are!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just saw them coming out the front, so...
But there's one, on the one side's coming out the back, the other side's coming out the front. Oh, that's why.
I don't know.
I only did it in one spot. I calculated it twice for some stupid reason. Yeah, it's working. Cool. Bug fix number 1. Sorry, I'm thinking as I'm driving around playing with my machine here.
We kind of figured that. I just barely missed that star.
So
The bleak map.
yeah. We feed the crystal becomes bloomed or resonant or pollinated or whatever we want to call it. That then becomes an ingredient in the XP collection device that is futuristic and would look like a warp core from Star Trek that's 3 blocks tall.
Yep.
Now, is it actually a multi-block that we go 1, 2, 3 and then it converts? Or is it a single block and when we place it, it fills in 3 blocks?
Fire, you got an opinion on this one?
I'm thinking this more from how I'm gonna code the thing, so no offense, guys, but I'm gonna override you.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was a general question or a tech knows answer question.
I think if we're just gonna make it 3 tall, that's how we do it. Is it'll be 3 blocks, but it places them for you. And when you break any of them, they all pop.
Yes.
And that block is the same block in all 3 spots. It looks for its parent at the bottom. The parent controls what all the other ones do. I've got a system similar to that that's set up for the portals, the portals actually look to see where the bottom is, and the bottom does stuff, and the other ones don't. Oops. So I think if you did something like that, and then the collapse star. Yeah, see, it stops there, doesn't do that part. What if you did that? Does it work? It does, okay. But like that there, if I break any part of the portal, the whole portal deactivates. It's telling the other parts to break. And it could start anywhere in the chain. So if I broke that one, it would tell its parent, and its parent would actually break the other one. If I broke that one, it would tell the parent, and the parent would break that one.
Oh yeah. Apparently the stream didn't start until I mentioned something, so... You wanna tell everybody how many downloads we got in 24 hours? Somewhere around there.
106, it says.
Oh, we got 106 now.
That's just the new version. 111. Very precious.
Ooh. Hope everybody likes it.
Hope so. I also posted on Reddit about it today. Let me check
You
my
saw
Reddit.
it on Reddit?
I posted it on Reddit.
Oh.
83 upvotes on Reddit. So, not my best post on Reddit, but that's okay. Because this was what I posted, was just this GIF. And then saying it's a new version. But a lot of people, well, a couple people were like, I didn't even know this thing existed. I need this.
Yeah.
Okay, so my little drive around might have been worth it. We need those. We need a block that is those 3 spots. We need a block that is this crystal in its tuned form, or whatever we're gonna call it. Can I plant this nowhere? I don't think I can at all, can I? I made it so we
I
can.
don't think you can.
I'm going to plant one.
Even with bleak stone.
You can't even do it in stone. It has to be on the bleak dirt.
Or dirt.
Can I can't bone mill it, can I? I don't think we can.
No.
That'd be awesome if we could.
Actually, I think it takes a bone meal but doesn't do anything to it.
That's kind of cool. So do we start out with making... Well, we start out by letting these things grow first off, so I have some to work with. My testing.
On the test server, there should be a whole bunch. That's fully grown.
Hey Raze, welcome to the server. The Discord. So I did something that I hadn't done before. When I posted on CurseForge the update, I put the Discord link. So that could be why we're getting more people on Discord today. As they find the mod, they come across it and join the Discord.
Yes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask any of us.
Yep. Hey, Raze. Raze is also watching the stream. So that could be where it came from. Okay, so they are growing.
So who is Raze?
New person? I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna let this run in the background while I'm coding on this, but the bleak crystal needs to...
Bad idea.
What? Why is it a bad idea?
It takes forever.
It does. That's why I'm letting it run, because I know how long it's gonna take. There's a trick I can do to speed it up if I need to, though. Okay, so can't stay away.
Tinkerbell's got full-grown crystals on the server as well.
But I need it here so I can test with my development.
Oh.
Where am I looking at? Let's first... We're on 112 enhanced. Okay. Let's commit that first fix. Fix location of particles on the bulldozer. And in reverse. Omit. Push. Okay. Now, got update tick. It drops is growing. Can block stay. Get growth chance. There's gotta be one that's like interact or something like that when you click on it. So that is gonna be in the assembly table as well. I am good, Fusion. Thank you. How are you doing? This is the one I want. My head didn't explode when these guys were trying to get my head to explode earlier.
Hey,
I don't think we were trying.
I was trying to keep your head from exploding. Eagle was trying to explode your head.
No, you just added the power system to the fluid XP solidness.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, I figured power so that it could supercharge the tower crane.
Yeah, the thing that doesn't take power, I know. If held item, held item. Dot get item. Your sister's home from university. Hopefully that's a good thing. Get item equals items. Dot
What now?
bottle. Experience bottle. Was that a what now to me?
I thought you said eagle.
No. I don't remember what I said now. I was coding though. So if it is that, then we can just change the block. That's basically what we're talking about doing. So if we can change the block, we need a new block. And we're saying, I'm not fond of the bloomed crystal. Maybe Fusion's asking how you're doing, Eagle. He doesn't care about you, Fire, apparently.
It's alright, everybody's used to me just running away to the carnival.
Oh, what did... Oh no, I have to go back and watch the stream from the other night. What is it that Reaper said to you, Fire? What did he call you?
Oh god.
Firingly, or... Wait, he said it in the chat afterwards, didn't he?
Yeah.
I gotta find it.
You do realize that was me and Reaper just went on it, right?
Yeah, we all did. We all did. Firely. That's what it was.
Probably.
It's alright, because I called him Reaperette.
Reaper reader. Oh. Okay, so we need another block. This isn't going to be the same type of block, though. It's going to be a different block in terms of not being growable and all that jazz. So do I really want to do that? Yeah, sure, why not? So this is bleak crystal infused. Hey, blue boy.
Hi, blue boy.
Oh, we have to terminate it, really.
The Terminator.
Well, that means the crystal stopped growing. Okay, man. We're working on a bunch of crazy stuff to make the XP warp core thingy that I don't know what the name is still.
XP warp core thing.
We don't have a name for it. That's what's gonna be for now.
Make it be like that one block from that mod that every time you looked at it had a different name.
That's news to me. That's cool.
You didn't see that block? I think it's from IC2. Oh god, what is that block? It had like a really crazy name to it, but it was a really useful block.
From IC2, huh?
I think it was from IC2.
I'm surprised I don't know that one though.
But I swear to God, every time you looked at it in the description, it had a different name.
The block we do not speak of. Blue Boy's asking how you guys think of the low boy. That he
It looks
posted.
good to me.
Okay, so this should get it in here and here. Not there. That's the wrong block.
Well, as far as it being too low, it's a low boy. It's supposed to be low.
Yeah, I wasn't concerned about the height at all.
And it's Minecraft. There's no way you're gonna get around it looking weird, unless you literally terraform an entire area and make it flatland.
Can't place block. We need to get rid of that because we will place this block. Or should this be a placeable block? Get rid of it for now. Wait, it's a block state container? What? I'll be on when I'm home. Might join voice tonight. Not sure. Okay. I'm not planning on staying up super late like a normal weekend, because I'm going to that game conference tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be here tomorrow because I have a wedding to be at.
Oh. Yours?
Second fire's getting.
No, my brother's wife's son is getting married. So my
Nephew?
nephew-in-law.
Your brother's wife's. Brother, wife, son. Okay.
Yeah, if he didn't
I
say
know, I
son,
thought
I was going to be
something
really confused. I was like, your brother's wife's getting married? Does that mean she's getting remarried?
No.
Okay, yeah.
It's my sister-in-law's son. That's the way I should have said it.
Okay.
I know, I overcomplicate things.
Your nephew. Your nephew's getting married, right?
Well, he's
Yeah.
not my nephew by birth.
Your
so he'd be like a
nephew-in-law.
nephew-in-law.
Yeah, your nephew.
Yeah,
It works.
Still nephew.
But yeah.
Yes, Fiery is very adult, so yes, that qualifies. Fusion. I'm probably the second most adult in this, though.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I have like a whole adult life and everything, you know, the whole 50-hour work week and everything.
Yup. Why do I keep going back to the wrong freaking block? I'm gonna break this block. What am I doing? What have I changed in it? The...
Rocking your head against the table. I don't know.
Oh, and it reformatted it, really? That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're back to work. Okay, Fusion. Catch you then. Alright, so this is what we want to be on.
So is Fusion part of Below the Stone, I want to say?
No, he came in here when Below the Stone was around, and we were talking about the game, and he joined that one too. He joined us in that one about the same time, I think. So this is blocks drop into the world as entity items, so we don't really need to do anything with that because we want to drop it. We don't get the growth chance. That's not even a thing in this version. Can block stay, we don't care. Get seed. Get crop, nope, that's for things that grow. This will not grow. Get meta from state, we do need. Get meta from state. Get state from meta, yeah, that works. Get item drops. Okay, so this is going to be different then. Okay, so let's put those two back.
Now try eating a piece of steak.
Well, if it's 16, then we're going to get not the crop, get...
Yeah,
So I tried out those new units.
Huh.
Tech.
The new what?
The new units in PA.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
And
they are going to be trouble.
that's what I thought. Are they like the old, what was it? The old gunships? Is that what they're supposed to be like? In Supreme
You
Commander?
put a swarm of 20 of them together and you can decimate a base.
Nice. And yeah, so I like that they're still working on the game. So somebody else took over the company basically, and they decided to continue working on the game, which is great. The game needs it, right? But what I don't understand is why they chose to add another flying one. Hey, Reaper. Because the history of that game is they added air to it. Air became immediately OP because the...
Like A-Bot?
Because...
No, like air units in a game.
Oh.
They immediately became OP because people would send a fleet of fighters with, say, 15 bombers. And the AI for the anti-air would attack the fighters or just attack randomly and not hit the bombers. So you could take out a commander with just a few bombers, right? Because they were not prioritized. Then to combat that, they decided, okay, let's make the anti-air units first prioritize the bombers, then go after the fighters, which makes sense, right? Because the bombers are the ones that are going to attack your ground units, attack those turrets and stuff. And that's where it kind of came into a balance, and then air wasn't really OP unless you had 30, 40, 50 bombers in a fleet going after the commander, right? And now they're adding these ones that sound like they can just bypass that whole setup again.
Yeah,
and what do you prioritize then, right? It's the same thing.
They do pretty decent damage against anti-air.
Do they? Yeah. So it's a game changer for it. It's going back to the old ways. I would be interested to see how fast they could chew through a commander by themselves, because this is a commander type thing, right?
Like, we should go play online, and then I'll let you kill me.
Okay. Let me finish this part, and then we'll just go play a game. And why is Reaper so loud?
I'm sorry.
Mistakenly turned him up. Haven't you learned by now? Turn him down.
But like, He's not. He's at 94%. There, he's at 48%.
Is it because I got my mic up my throat?
I think so because
Yes.
I turned you down and it's still distorted. It's on your end. Your microphone's like clipping. It's so loud. It's crying because it's so loud.
Yep, it's echoing.
Get this block, right? Get self. So what this is doing for anyone that's watching because of the code, it's determining the block or the item that's going to get dropped, and if it's a fully grown or infused
I
crystal,
lowered it.
it didn't help to.
It didn't do
Nope.
anything.
And by didn't help, I mean at all.
I think it raised it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it went the opposite way it was supposed to.
Amount infused. There we go. Perfect.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that is.
Getting there.
Hey.
There we go.
Amount infused. There we go. Let's call it AMT. Just for consistency. Amount infused. Okay, so that'll get our drop level. And
What
yes,
game you said was this?
oh my gosh, Reaper. Planetary Annihilation. I'm glad I have you turned
Type
down
it out
now.
for you,
I
buddy.
think he's getting louder. Planetary Annihilation Titans.
In fact, we tell you this every time we play this game.
Does he have the game?
I don't know. It's like the world's greatest conundrum. I think we ask him that every time we play. Seriously.
No, I know.
I think. I don't have it.
Yeah, you have Supreme Commander, I believe.
I guess we'll leave that one because that's getting the blocks again. If age is greater than 6, though, no. So we want amount infused.
Oh, hold on. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. I want to see my computer's power. We're hosting this. I haven't tested it, so let's do it.
Oh, by the way, Fiery,
Hmm.
they're doing a double barrel tank and 4 tanks.
I know. I haven't seen the.
A double-barreled tank?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
gonna be a new tech tree of tanks that's all double barreled.
Well,
That
I'm
doesn't
a
sound
little-
very historically accurate.
It is. There's actual tanks that
Was
have
there?
double barrels.
Like
Yes.
over-unders or side-by-sides?
They were designed, but they weren't like side by side.
Okay.
They weren't like used, in the war, but they were designed and field tested, but
I
tested.
think it was the STB2, because it's basically the same thing as the STB1, but it has 2 barrels, so they put the 2.
I think World of Tanks is going down a rabbit hole that they can't dig back. They can't dig themselves back out.
No,
Oh,
Eagle.
no.
I don't know about that because we had a Halloween event one time where you faced this demon tank, and your tank had 2 turrets.
Yeah,
That was
I
actually
remember
quite
that.
fun.
But by the way, Eagle, it has mine a quarry, and it's been stuck there for a couple years now.
Mine a quarry.
Is that not the word?
I don't know if any of us know what you're talking about, Reaper.
Yeah.
So the usual.
Kinda.
So I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about, Reaper, with the quarry.
You know how you said that it's digging a hole and you can't get out?
Yeah.
Isn't a quarry a massive hole underground?
No. The quarry is actually on top of the land, I believe.
What's the name for that massive hole in the ground?
A tunnel or mine shafts or caverns.
Fused crystal. Okay, so save it.
Isn't there one for human-made? Human-made?
I used to work for a stone quarry company that would make big holes in the ground, if that's what you're talking about.
What's the name of the big hole?
Yeah. What's the name of the holes?
A hole? I'm sorry, I had to. A quarry, in that case.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Why is it not like that? What did I spell wrong? Leak infused crystal. I'm trying to hurry, Fire.
No, take your time.
Hey, Reaper.
Yes.
You up for some tier 8 or tier 9?
What was that?
Yes, you up for some tier 8 or tier 9?
Sure. Let me see my game list for me tonight.
Now, I will say I haven't played in about 2 weeks. So, yeah, I've played the racing game 4 or 5 times.
Ah, so I need to change that name. Dang it. So I didn't
Probably
catch
Babe.
that. Okay, so that should be it. If I run this now, we can test it and call it good for now, and then we can play a game. I doubt I'll stream the game, because I don't know if I can stream that game. Not with 16 of the windows open. Oh, it crashed on startup. That's cool.
Yay!
Yay, it didn't work.
Huh. Why did that give that error message? That's not cool. It's trying to register the block and gave an error message. Oh, I know why.
You didn't cross your T's and dot your I's?
I put 16 instead of 15.
I'm gonna restart my computer
Okay.
to see if I
Still
can
growing.
get the game working.
There we go. I forgot that it starts with 0, so that makes the 16 values when you have 15 more. Because, you know, 15 plus 0 is 16. If you're
That was
counting.
14 tech.
If you're counting. If you're counting from starting from 0 and you go up to 15, you've counted 16 numbers.
Oh.
See, you thought I was being stupid. I'm being
No,
serious.
I thought you were counting 0 as minus, then 15. Like in coding or something like that.
Most programming stuff is based off of 0, so you always do one less, but I don't know why I didn't think of it. Okay, we're here. We don't have any crystals that are fully grown, so yay. Bottle of enchanting. Let's try this. I don't remember if I coded it right or not anyway. Okay, that just threw it. Cool, maybe this won't work at all. We're just throwing it. Oh, I didn't even set the block though either. Okay, so world in dot set block state at position, and the state is going to be mod blocks dot machine as blocks. Hey Fusion.
Hello.
Hi, baby maker.
Huh.
Reaper, you're gonna have to explain that to him.
No, it's okay. It can be confused like everybody else when I talk.
Yeah, alright.
What'd you say
makes
now?
Everything. There, I explained it.
Yep, pretty much.
Why am I not? All right, we scared Reaper off.
Hey, at least I got it.
Leak confused. Leak infused. Come on.
I thought it was Reaper infused.
Wait, it's not. It's infused crystal. There. Dot get default state. There we go. Perfect. Boom. Save. Click it. And Denata, because those things do something special when you right click with them. Cool. This isn't gonna work at all, guys.
Oh boy.
I'll have to do it a
But
different
wouldn't
way.
that only affect the fully grown state?
If I would have coded it for that, which is the intent, but I didn't have that in there, so I figured I'd test it with the small ones because I got a ton of those.
Okay.
So maybe we'll have to do it like the what's it called compressed asphalt, where there's a collision on collide with entity collide with block, and we'll check to see if it's a XP orb. But that is for next time stream, because I'm gonna go play a game of Fire. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Alright, see you guys.